I called
Bill Thacker.
Bill Thacker.
Bill Thacker.
Bill Thacker, that's
activist.
it, not Thacker. I always get the THs.
His name sounds familiar to me.
Yes, he's probably been stalking you, Shard.
Yeah.
He's a bit of an activist. He's an internet activist. He's out there trying to run things around, get things happening. So he's got a few things that are coming up.
Is he part of the anonymous group?
I'd say, well, as far as I know, no one is part of it because no one will admit to it. But I'd say he hangs around the fringes
Handy
of it.
that.
Handy, that. Just the
Yeah.
new secret society, the old anonymous.
Yeah, it's just the extension of the Illuminati, isn't it? Really?
Well, no. Well, we can't say too much, Shard, because we're on their side. If we don't, we're stuffed. Or
Well,
Skid Row stuffed.
If you're going to beat these guys, like President Obama has a BlackBerry, so I know a lot of those guys use BlackBerry. It's like if they're going to play the game that way, it's good for everyone to play by those rules. So,
Indeed. Thanks, BBC. You listen to Workers Radio on 88.9 FM, Radio Skid Row. It is about 6 minutes past 8 o'clock. My name's Shard Core. That's Jack Frost. We've got Dee in the studio as well. 25 degrees today in Sydney. Going to be a few showers.
Ooh.
Tomorrow, going to head up to about 28, 29 on Friday.
Yep.
Might be a little bit less rain those next couple of days, but then rain back in on the weekends. So there you go.
There you go. Thank you there, Shako. Got D in the studio. My name's Jack Frost. And we've got from all the way from America, we've got Bill Thacker. Bill, can you hear us, man?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, we just we need to turn up the volume a bit up there, D. We just got to get there. Bill, can you tell us whereabouts in America you're from?
Arizona, Tucson.
Yep. Oh, okay, cool. Now, Bill, you were on the internet. You've put up about this group called Gulen. Is it Gulen or Gulen?
Fethullah Gulen, Gulen.
Now, this is a group of people, and you guys are very concerned on the net out there, for the anonymous, very concerned about this group called the Gulen, or the Gulen. Mm-hmm. Why are you concerned about this group?
Well, what the Fethullah Gulen movement?
Yeah.
What it is, it's an entire social movement that originated back in Turkey, and it's not an Islamic movement. It's highly personalized. It is actually, for all intent and purposes, it's a cult.
All right.
And it's highly financed. Lots of money going around in it, and they've recently, in the last 10 years, infiltrated the United States using charter schools.
So indoctrination schools for kids. Are they going for the kids, or it's just different schools?
Right. You can call it indoctrination. It's more of a soft form of indoctrination. Basically, the goal, from what I've seen in reports and in Gulen's own newspaper, we'll get to exactly who he is and exactly how much control he has. But what it is on a global scale is that they're trying to convert these kids to becoming sympathizers for the movement.
And why is that?
If you remember back in the 80s when you had the Ayatollah Khomeini, how he actually left Iran, and he couldn't come back until all the people, and until he actually had control, his people controlling the state. So let's back up here and just kind of get a little background on Fethullah Gulen.
Yeah.
Back in the 90s, he was ran out of Turkey. He was one of the most influential preachers, and he had given a speech where he was telling his followers to basically overthrow the government. And so he fled Turkey to avoid persecution. They will say he left for medical reasons, but the fact is they were going to throw him in jail. So he lives here in the United States. Our government knows he's here. Ex-CIA, Graham Fuller and several others vouched for him to stay here. The FBI and Homeland Security had said, we don't want him here. He can't, he doesn't need a green card. We don't want him here. The CIA vouched for him, so he gets to stay.
Bill, can you hear us?
And Fethullah Gulen owns
Bill,
TV stations, radio stations, several newspapers,
sort
publishing
of cult
houses.
That's going around. It's probably infiltrated in Australia. If you're out there, if you're in the Gulen cult, give us a call on 95095552.
Well, he's done
We're exposing what this cult's all about. How is it a threat to the community, you think?
Well, basically, again, is what they're doing is that they're trying to control and dominate the global education system. They actually, like here in America with these charter schools, at first they were trying to tell all the parents that these were Turkish scholars, that Turkey has the highest in math and science. That there's basically something that they're not. And a lot of people take things at face value.
Yeah.
And so with a little bit of research, you'll find out that according to the EEOC, that Turkey is actually at the bottom of the list when it comes to science and math. They are not scholars. In fact, a lot of them were uncertified and even uncredentialed to even be teaching at these schools. So what they do is that they also push a lot of the Turkish language, the culture, the food, dancing, singing. They give contests.
Do they hide behind a cross or anything like that? Some cults hide behind the cross. They put the cross up there and then put their corporation name up there as well.
Well, what they do is that the Turkish flag is their main thing because again they intertwine the religion with nationalism, their ideology. Everything is just like wrapped up into one. And so they try to fly under really nice sounding names like Dove, Sonoran Science, Harmony Science Academy. So they try to fluff it. And but what goes on underneath is that it's they also use the schools as here's another example of how they channel the money out. In one case we found where they bought a building for $250,000. The Turkish investor gives them the money up front. The school then comes in and leases the money or leases the school and is sending $20,000 a month back to Turkey.
So they're using money. They're using the taxpayer.
Yeah. That's crazy. Listen, Bill, we'll have to have you back on. Thanks for doing this. And Bill is an activist out there on the internet and also out there to give us information. It was very interesting about this cult group that which is flying around Australia, and we're putting it out there for you, the listeners. If you know anything about this Gulen, or I shouldn't say gulags, Gulen cult that's around here infiltrating the education system or the construction system or anything like that, if you have any sort of we're not going against the Turkish government or anything like that. There's just this is about a group which is called the Gulen. I've never heard of it, and it's interesting to put it out there. Thanks, Bill.
You bet.
And we'll speak to you next time, mate.
Absolutely.
All right.